talk about it. Jared Anderson. Heard a lot about the performance the other night with Jared Big Baby Anderson, and I think Top Ranks, I think he's their matchmaker, Bruce Trampler. I think he's a legendary matchmaker. He said in an article, if Jared Anderson heart ain't in it, then he shouldn't be boxing. And that's the multiple comments we got Saturday when we went live, because I missed that fight. And you know, I heard somebody make a slick comment. I think Vito Melanecki now on Top Rank. They was like, oh, another Top Rank hype drop. Boy, he started off on PBC. Let's not forget that. Brother started off on PBC. Say it again in my Umar voice. The brother started off on PBC. That's Kobe's favorite nickname in boxing, White Magic. I wonder why. That's his favorite name, White Magic. You know? So, but yeah, man, and when he cried in the ring to Roy Jones, I think that sparked a lot of debate about his desire to fight. And it was, you know, he said some things that went into in-depth. You know, where he said, you know, when I was in the Olympics, you know, or in the amateurs, they were telling us what to do. In the pros, I ain't making enough money. They telling us what to do. I want some more money. I want to retire by I'm 29 with a family. And he wasn't saying nothing too far left for the average person. The average person does not want to get in the ring and box. I said that on the live. Because we was talking about Gervonta Davis, you know, scared to lose. He was talking about in the Premier Boxing, they did a little, you know, episodes on Prime Video or PBC, you know, with Prime. I seen it on YouTube. And Tank was basically, you know, Big Hunter, and I'll get to that in another video, basically saying Tank's biggest fear since he was little was losing. You know, and he's, you know, that's why he don't want to compete, most of us think. I think he pretty much said it. And I basically was saying that, you know, you got to understand the average person can probably score an NBA point before they can actually get in the ring and go rounds. That's why everybody keep a gun on them now. And these niggas ain't shooting out of, you know, confidence. They shooting out of fear. Because a lot of these motherfuckers can't defend themselves, but they don't think. They don't think. When you go to the pen, nigga, it's hands. It's a trade, nigga. If you ain't got hands, you gonna be somebody's girlfriend or ours. You know what I'm saying? And most of these niggas ain't got hands to change a tire. Like, they ain't got hands to change a tire. So when we started to, you know, really dig into this, you gotta understand the average person cannot get in. The average person don't want to they can't street fight. The average person cannot street fight. The average person has not won a street fight. I guarantee you. I've guaranteed the average person you meet in America, they have never won a street fight. This nigga right now laughing while I'm saying that, but real talk. Never been in a street fight. Even in the ghetto, it's guys who've never been in a fight in the ghetto. Real spill. So, but the average person can't get in there and do that. You're special to get in there and do that. You know, you're a special type of person to get in the ring and take abuse for a living. So ain't nothing wrong with losing. So what he's saying is average. What Big Baby is saying is on average. You know, he don't want to do it. And his performance was very lackluster coming back after the Broccoli fight. How much money did Turkey give? Maybe he made enough money to say, fuck this, I really don't want to do this no more. But we already know by the interview he did with Roy Jones, his heart ain't in it. And that's, I mean, like I said, you know, don't get in there if you ain't gonna do it, because you're gonna end up hurting yourself. That's what they say, you know, in football. You know, don't play if you're scared to get hurt. If you worried about a contract and you ain't gonna play 100% hard, you worried I might get hurt, or then that's when you actually get hurt for real. So yeah, like, come on, he shouldn't play with this. He's a physically gifted heavyweight, but when you got Bruce Trampler saying those things, like, bro, if you ain't gonna fight, you know what I'm saying? If you ain't gonna take this shit serious, give it up. Go do something else. You made enough money to hold you over to go back to school or pick up a trade and do it that way. Because, you know, running and lifting and your life being boxing and exchanging blows and sparring and then doing it over and over again, that ain't for everybody. Just because he's 6'4", it ain't for him. You know? Maybe he wasn't good enough at basketball or at school. You know? So, I mean, it doesn't surprise you. This is why you see a lot of our heavyweight potential champions, they're choosing to go other routes. NFL, NBA, you know, they gonna see them niggas playing pickleball when it become lucrative enough. And who can blame them? Who wants to take? You have to be a special type of person to want to take that abuse. But you see, in a gifted athlete like Jared Anderson, he's a very gifted guy physically. You know, you're like, damn, why niggas didn't play football? He probably was that good at boxing. And that turned off a lot of people in that interview when he said, I don't want to do this shit. I'm paraphrasing, but that's pretty much, for a better word, what he said. And it's very unfortunate when you know, you don't have a surplus of potentially great heavyweights. I mean, they didn't appreciate Deontay Wilder, but he was all we had. He was supposed to transfer the power over to Jared Anderson. And when Anderson said that, it's like a lot of people had their kind of about Anderson, but now people like, fuck him. And it wasn't like he didn't try versus Bacoli. I mean, in reality, he strapped his nuts on. He didn't quit. Like we thought he would. He kept getting up, and he a dog. So he doesn't lack the heart as far as, you know, taking the abuse and giving it. I mean, he took the abuse and he kept giving it. He went out on his shield. Everybody talk about, oh, go out on my shield, and everybody not built that way. You know? So that wasn't for, a lot of people respected him for, you know, he didn't quit. But if he ain't gonna do it, I agree with a lot of people was in the comment section on the live was saying. I agree with Bruce Trampler was saying. Give it up, bucko. Go do something else. People can feel the soul in your fight. You know? They can feel the fighter spirit inside the fighter. And if you ain't, you know, got that, if you ain't fighting with that spirit, that's why a lot of fans don't gravitate. What you fighting for? Even if you fighting on some arrogant shit. You know? And what I mean by that, I fight for myself. I'm fighting for the bag. I'm doing it for the hood. For my boys. Even if that's, you know, what you doing it for self, whatever. People can feel that because you fighting for something. But it's like, you know, them describing Anderson, he ain't fighting for nothing. It's like you making music like they make music today, and it don't have no feeling to it. It don't have no soul. Soul, you know, it don't have no soul. You know, and that, you know, so people can sense that in a fighter. You know, people can sense that, and everybody's saying the same thing, so it's hard to dispute. It's hard to dispute. It's hard to dispute. So, you know, you got to make that decision, and you know, a lot of people hope that he makes that decision sooner than later. But man, when you start looking behind him in the heavyweight division, who next? Boy, you niggas better start borrowing niggas from the continent. F.A., Coley, EJ. Kobe got Dillian White, he Jamaican. Yeah, a lot of these dudes, you know, we don't have much in America as far as heavyweight boxing wise. And that's one of the reasons why boxing is cooked. That's one of the major reasons heavyweight boxing is cooked. I mean, boxing is cooked. You know, a lot of Americans don't care nothing but the heavyweight division. That's what moves. That's what moves the needle. If it's a great heavyweight that people can get behind and mess with, then, you know, there's money in American boxing. Or there's a great, and other than that, there's a Mayweather, there's somebody like that. So now you seeing, you know, people don't really understand, you know, Turkey's alternative motives. It's simple as them trying to get sports and trying to make Saudi Arabia the hub for sports. In a minute, you're going to see Super Bowl played there. In a minute, you're going to see NBA Finals played there. Watch what I tell you. They want to be the hub. This is why they're being a little bit lenient on their laws. This is why. They're really starting to industrialize. They're really starting to industrialize over there. And they want to get sports there. So there you have it. There you have it. And ultimately, you know, boxing is going to go international. Fully international. That's why they call it world champion. But Anderson was like the last hope, man. Man, they got Richard Torres, you know. Some people think he's too small. That was like the real last American hope. So, you know, I hope you make a decision, and the right decision. Don't want to see him get hurt. But sometimes the need for money fuels people's motivation to fight. And it don't seem like the need for money is fueling his motivation. I don't know if Turkey gave him a lot of money, a tremendous amount of money to fight Bukoli, and that's what it was. That's what happened. And to be honest with you, that's probably what it is. He's got a tremendous amount of money to fight Bukoli. He's comfortable. So, but when that money run out, you know, he's gonna be trying to come back and fight for real, and it's gonna be hard too. So, let me know what you girls and guys think. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications. Increase your chance to get notifications. We go live and drop video.